educational purpose only.
We're about to take it back.
Okay.
Talking Loud podcast, tank, sticky, gassy, and all that good stuff, man. And a lot of you guys are ready for this, man. So let's get straight on into it, because today we're kicking it with in-house genetics, man. What's going on, Brandon? What's going on?
What's going down?
Man, I'm just chilling, bro. We got like literally over 100 people tuned in already. We just started like a minute ago, and we got like 120 people tuned in. So everyone smash that like. But man, Brandon, what's going on your side, bro? You know, we like to kick it off just asking you how things are going, bro.
Everything's going good. It's as many people know, it's the beginning of the season, so it's a mad dash to get out for the first season. But doing a lot of traveling, getting around. I'm actually out running a bunch of errands today. Wanted to make sure I could get some time to squeeze this in and get to talking about what's coming up, and just kind of chop it up with you, of course.
Sweet man. I agree, man. Fully 100%. And like it's that time of the year for sure, guys. So smash that like. Brandon's got about 30 minutes to chop it up with us, and we're gonna go through a lot of different things, man. So from like One World, One Plant to some of the new strains to just a lot of different things that are going on in general that we wanted to bring you guys up to speed on, because there are a lot of crazy things that are going to be happening in the very near future, man. Not just with ICANN, but also with in-house genetics, man. So guys, hit that like and let's get into today's episode. So Brandon, let's just start straight off, man, because I know we ain't got much time, but like just tell us a little bit about the One World, One Plant initiative, man, and like what's going on with that.
So for the people that aren't familiar with it, One World, One Plant was a project that we put on that we did support and actually showcase home growers, not just in the United States, but around the world. Which we kicked off New Year's the previous year. So it was a great thing to do. We got as far as everywhere from Guam, I mean, literally all around the world. And a lot of people, what we found was they got grouped up and they got captains, and then people started actually growing and then interacting with each other and kind of forming their own grow groups and then their own friendships, etc. So what we set out to do was way past our expectations, because we'd really brought a good sense, that old school co-op community back together type of thing. It was really fun to do. So we wanted to get more people involved this round and do it, put it together, because the last time it was put together relatively pretty quick, within I think 30 days, 45 days, and that really was just a handful of people having a conversation, I think on a live or on a YouTube, and like V9 Grows and a handful of other people, we just kind of came up with the idea and the concept. Canna Crew, give him credit for the One World, One Plant name. Canna Crew's out of South Africa, and then we had some great support that came on later, like Low Grows. We had a number of captains. We had everybody from captains in regions, Canada. Big shout out to Photosyntech. He took care of all the Canadians up there. And then Tino's Genetics not only put up, but also had his own group of growers. There's a lot of people involved, and I'm going to miss a couple in this because it's just kind of rattling off the top of my head. But so if you were a part of One World, One Plant last time, if you still have the email and you send an email from your email to the One World, One Plant email, that same thread, that pretty much automatically makes you a shoe-in for that. And so what we're going to do is we'll announce that here shortly. You guys are the first ones to hear that. But if you signed up last time and you still can find that email in your email, resend it, because your information's in there with your name and shipping address, and we'll start putting you down on the list. And then what we're going to do is take a couple people that we met along the way, have gotten really good relationships with, like yourself and your show, We're gonna make sure we have an allotment for people that support your show and support what you do. And yeah, so it's kicking off this time. We're gonna do regs first, and then a couple months down the line, as that's wrapping up, then we'll do a fem. So if you don't like regs, don't sign up this round. Sign up in a couple months when we release the fem drop.
That is amazing, man. That is beautiful, guys. Smash the like button for that because that is out of this world, man. I think that initiative, the main aim behind it is to get everyone growing, no matter where you're at, no matter where you're chilling out, no matter what country you're in, the main aim is to get you growing, man. So I think that by in-house, just doing this and carrying on this one world, one plant. And shout out to everyone that's been part of it so far, shout out to Photosyntac. He's been part of the channel. He's been on the show before as well, and everyone out there that's doing some great stuff. We actually got people in the chat right now. So guys, let me know where you're tuned in right now in the chat. But I'm seeing someone JH actually says, "What's up in house all the way from South Africa, man." So that goes back to what you were saying, dude. So and that's actually a post that I noticed recently on South Africa. So you got team captains and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about those team captains and how this is going to run, man.
So what we did last time is we picked team captains, which had anywhere from 12 to 25 people that they were a captain of. There was what we saw was people naturally gravitating towards people similar to their style and all that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of give people like a base camp, right?
Okay.
So the base camp of a person. So like that's your kind of your area, and then but the key ultimate thing is if you're popping the beans and growing and you meet new people along the way that you get to share your techniques, your ideas, and it kind of continues to build community, then the captains and your home base is not really much of a factor in it. So because the key thing is to grow and find that success. And it's all like anybody that's ever that grows knows you learn something new just about every single day. And even if you're like a novice, right, there's a ton of information out there, but you have to actually start taking and taking what's good with the bad and kind of crafting your own style of growing. And just because it worked for somebody else doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for you. That's the fun part about it, because it's the growth of yourself, it's the growth of the plant. You get to watch your results. And also too, the plant is forgiving. So if you trip up and fall, that plant will forgive you. You just got to show it the continue to show it the love and keep growing no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that that's amazing. Like just giving growers all over the world the opportunity to be part of this is crazy to me. It's crazy cool, and I think that that's something that everyone should like take advantage of, man. So before we actually get into the rest of the show, Will Baker's actually got a interesting question because he's part of the VIP Bean Club, and I hooked him up with a sticky glue that I got, man. So shout out to Will, but he's asking any tips for the sticky glue. Like he's probably growing it right now, and how does that plant run? Like, is there anything he should be looking out for? Massive buds maybe and flower?
Sticky glue. So initial test that came back, then the reason why I pretty much got its name is because it's got the Gorilla Glue lineage in it. So it's just a super sticky. The smell off of that plant is amazing and distinctive. I would say it veg is great, but as you start getting in the late stages, start getting a bit more. It likes a little bit more sugar.
Okay.
In the tail end, and a bit more potassium. So what I was doing with especially in the when we were doing a lot of the stuff with the Gorilla Glue and all that was actually taking banana peels and making teas that was high in potash.
Smart. I got you, man. That makes a lot of sense, man. So shout out to Will because that was a great question, man. And we always here to hook you guys up. This is a live Q&A, guys. So if you guys got any questions for Brandon, for in-house, any questions about any new strains maybe you guys are running, be sure to drop it in the comments. We'll try to run through that as part of the show, man. But
And,
Brandon, yeah, go ahead, man.
one last thing, I would say towards the end there, a bit more run your CO2 a bit higher than you normally would because it loves it.
Oh, interesting, man. That is a nice one. That means it can take that CO2. I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna, especially towards the end, you get a lot of the expressions. You're gonna get a much denser, bigger bud.
Yeah, perfect, man. Now I haven't actually
But it's
grown that
not
yet.
required though.
Okay, I got you. It's not required, but it'll add that a little bit of oomph to it, man.
Mhm.
I got you. I haven't grown it myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing that, Will. So definitely grow that, and let's see how it goes, man. But yeah. So a lot of people who are in the chat right now, just so you guys know, like I said, it's a live Q&A. So if you guys got any questions, drop it down in the comments. But yeah, let's just touch back to the one world, one plant, the whole thing, because I just think it's so crazy cool, man. So where can people actually go to sign up? Because you mentioned if you were part of it last time that you can just send an email. But if you are interested in maybe becoming involved in it this time, how can you get involved in it?
So initially, we want to get to the people that participated last time because we
Okay, I
said
got you.
pretty much kind of guaranteed them spots. But you
Yeah.
have to have criteria. You have to meet the criteria in order to participate again. So as an example, you sent an email with your all your information. You're going to need to resend that, and then we'll start tallying. And then we have an allotment, right? Because we only have
Okay.
so many beans. So once we tally those over the course of the next couple of weeks, then we'll do an open enrollment. And the open enrollment will be kind of the same thing where you sign up and then we'll probably do a drawing like we did last time because even right now we're getting a lot of messages, a lot of DMs again, a lot of traffic. People want to be a part of it.
Okay, I got you. Interesting, man. So that makes a lot of sense, guys. So definitely look out for it. If you were part of it last time, don't miss out on this opportunity because it's going to be a great opportunity, guys. And I think it's something that everyone should definitely take advantage of. Be part of it and don't miss out on it, man. Who wants to miss out on something as amazing as that? Now we got another actually pretty great question that came in from Alan up north. So shout out to my homie Alan. He's always showing love in all the live streams, man. He's asking outdoor recommendations besides platinum crosses. And I know a lot of the platinum is good for outdoors. So anything else?
Yeah, the lot from the Slurricane line, right? The
Perfect.
OGKB 2.1 line does really well. If you guys want a really good reference on a wide variety of in-house grown in both light dip and outdoor, check out on Instagram Rogue Farmer at Quartz Creek.
Okay.
They ran just about everything the past few years. They ran it outdoor, not just in light depth, but also full term. And they've got a lot of pictures, a lot of information on there as well. We'll probably start getting in the habit of actually posting the results and the from the terp profile all the way down to the THC content, since we're getting more testing and more data internally done through outdoor and light depth. So now, if you got perfect conditions or if you're an indoor, we already got a good idea what those results are. So we're more aiming to focus on the outdoor and the light depth with the full and also with the full term because as things progress and shift, you're going to find more people finding themselves wanting to grow or set up a small greenhouse or grow outdoor and it's going to get a bit more popular as we move on.
I got you. That makes a lot of sense, man. So there are a lot of different options when it comes to, whether you pick this bean or that strain or this strain, because there are a lot of different ones, man. And I know the platinum crosses are really strong, but the slurricane, man, anything the slurricane touches, I would personally go for that. So it's all up to you guys really and what you guys are looking for, but that's just my view on it, man. Now we've also got another great question which came in from Drew. He's actually asking any land race strain in you guys' catalog. Now I know that some breeders out here have like thigh crosses and Thai crosses, rather, not thigh. I'm talking like I'm gonna eat some fried chicken or something, but Thai crosses and stuff like that in their lineup, and like purple Thai and stuff like that. Do you guys have any land race crosses that you guys got?
No direct land race crosses. It's more of a because like at this point, you're looking at just about everything is coming or in a sense is a hybrid.
Yeah,
Now
true.
if you can get back into the land race, that means that either you've had a cut for 15, 20, 25 years, to get a true land race, like we're
Facts.
bring it all the way through. Now but yeah, it's a lot of it's now just as with just the current situation, a lot of the land races are now vast improved on with by continuing the breeding practices and the crosses and etc. But we're
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
sitting on a huge catalog or a bunch of old school plants. We have plants that in our nursery that date back 15, 16 years ago.
Wow. Bro,
But
15, 16 years, man. That
yeah,
is a lot.
yeah. Well, there's a lot in there that we lost along the way.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And it's tough because there's only so much real estate that you have, to preserve them. So the ones that really stick out are the ones that really that you have a fondness for. All that we've been able to really keep and hold on to. But as you progress and as you continue to grow, you don't think you'll need the plant anymore, or it ran its course, and you let it go. The nice cool part is now you're being able to you have the seed stock the vast majority of the time, and then with tissue culture and that education coming quickly, and along with suspended animation along with tissue culture, you'll be able to preserve a lot more genetics in the near future. But there's been a lot of lost fire strains that I wish that
Jeez.
I mean, one strain in particular was 2000, 2001, 2002 era Romulan. I would love to have that cut back.
Bro, man. So that actually got me wondering, man, how do you like, if you got strains running for that long, you're talking like 15, 16 years and stuff like that. How do you actually keep that around? Do you keep like one mother plant and that mother plant just keeps running? Or do you like take cuts from that plant and keep the cuts running? Or like what do you do?
So what I've always done is grow up a mother, sit on that mother for maybe year and a half, 2 years, but it's just going to get pretty big. So then what you'll do is you'll go, all right, I'm going to do 25 clones off of this mother, and then those 25 get rooted, you transplant, and then you start eliminating until you're down to 2 or 3 of those trios, right? And then once you get a plant much large enough where you know that no matter what happens, it's not going to you be able to salvage it, then
Yeah.
that ends up being one. So that's just basically you're recycling out your plants, and it gets kind of daunting because there's times where you get so many plants and you have to stay on top of it because you can lose stuff. And I've personally lost stuff along the way because I thought that one, we had numerous of them, and in fact we didn't. And then there's only so many that you can actually store outside everywhere else, right? Because you don't necessarily want it to get out and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So but it makes it pretty interesting sometimes, like, because like right now in the nursery, I think we have, I mean, we're jammed to the pack, and we have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1,200, and that's got to get narrowed down. And then we're also in the process keeping track and recycling some of the mothers.
I got you, man. Now, guys, definitely check out In-House Genetics on Instagram. There are a lot of scammers out there, so make sure you're following the right account. Shout out to Norma G for throwing up the link. I just threw it up as well in the live chat. So, guys, give him a follow, show some love. In-House, I just wanted to actually thank you, Brandon, on behalf of everyone. Since we're on the live stream right now, we got over 245 people tuned in. I just wanted to say thank you, man, for being part of the giveaway, being part of the live stream on that 420, 421 mega fucking wild ass giveaway. And just being part of the community, man. It was really awesome. And a few of you guys were able to win some of those packs. And, it's not about winning, but it's about sharing the love and giving everyone an opportunity to grow some of that fire at home, no matter where you're at, man. So thanks a lot for that, bro.
Well, I gotta tell you, the 420 show was awesome. If a lot of people that are probably in here watched that, I gotta hand it to you. The energy you brought, right? The whole show was just go 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 go.
Yeah.
Your excitement is infectious, right? So as I'm watching it, I'm excited. I'm like, like beyond excited, right? Because like it's infectious. But I mean, also too, big shout out and big shout out to you for all the stuff that you've been doing, right? And you continue to seem to evolve and not only get better at it, but also it's you're savvy at it in a sense, and it's really cool to watch that evolution and watch your hard work play out. And so there's nothing but mad respect from In-House for everything that you do as well too. And that's how community, that's how relationships, that's how stuff gets built, is that
Yeah,
mutual respect and those bridges,
for
and
sure.
that's why some of the stuff that we're kind of behind the scenes talking about doing is going to be pretty cool and all that, because that's the those are the conversations you have with people that you respect, that you trust, that you really feel like that they're doing awesome, amazing things. Well, yeah, so yeah, right back at you. Some of the stuff that I'm watching, that especially that content. I mean, that content
Appreciate
floors
it.
me every time, and it's not even just the in-house stuff; it's the informational stuff. Because really, I think what's going on right now, and you're really tapping into, is people are starving for answers and information,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are using growing and cannabis as a like a stress reliever, an antidepressant, right?
Yeah.
Because that's and when they see somebody's like your type of energy, and you're like, oh man, yes, I'm a part of this. You make people feel like they're in your grow room, in many cases, especially with those seed to harvest
Yeah.
videos, but yeah,
Yeah.
mad respect for that, man. 100%.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Well, yeah, man. We're always here just to show the love and support in house, and just thank you so much, man. So appreciate you. And a lot of people who are in the chat right now, I'm actually seeing a lot of questions coming in. So you guys drop those questions, and we try to see how many we can get answered, man. But a great question actually came in, and it was about the Divine Storm, man. That's a great strain that you guys have or had. I'm not sure if you guys still have it, but certain seed banks I think still do carry it. But wicked clown 420 is asking, how does he get the Divine Storm seeds? He's asking for a friend who's asking for a friend for a friend.
I can look for the stock, but some of the seed banks still have it. We just got a phenomenal pheno of it, and grew it last year outdoor, down in probably see some of the content on Rogue Farmer.
Okay.
But yeah, so we started actually working with it, and I've been working doing some crosses with it. It's a really awesome plant. But to answer your question, I would check the seed banks. I'm actually we'll be posting the preferred vendor list and updated preferred vendor list later this week, and which will also actually have a new website that'll be going live next weekend too. So which is exciting and fun. Just taking forever to get the with here everything has to be perfect,
Yeah.
and not really no misses, and you critique it all the time because you want to present it, and the people that support us are very important to us, so but yeah, so that's where we're coming from,
Heck yeah.
is trying to get that. And also, but yeah, but the Divine Storm should be at you probably look at Heavily Connected, because Heavily Connected seed bank be sitting on some seeds sometimes where he holds back on them and then brings back. Doesn't hurt to hit up a couple of the banks and see if they have it kind of stashed away sometimes, and then I'll look and see what the stock is, and maybe we'll get them out to a couple places, and so the people can get it, because we have a feeling that the Divine Storm is going to kind of get some new life in it, and new popularity with some of the stuff that's coming out. But I would be remiss on what we were just talking about. I want to say thank you to all the folks that support in-house, and obviously um, all this things and everything that everybody does, because in all seriousness, without you folks and coming and showing up every day and showing out, none of us would really have a platform or even really exist in many aspects. So it's a cool, because we know for a fact that it's a two-way road. Like, we create something, you guys also take it from there and create wonderful magic on top of that. So Nike
Heck
and
yeah.
THC probably agrees, is like, with that you guys are amazing folks, and really can't say enough about it. And so yeah, it'll never be lost on us. That's why we try to get as much outreach, get as much info, get as much to be out there for people, to be as accessible as possible. And it gets pretty busy. Like we were just talking before we came on here. It's just either you're on the road, or you're going, and sometimes it gets pretty daunting. But it's never missed that you guys out there that are growers make all this possible, and keep this going.
Yeah, so true, man. And the community is awesome, man. So thank you everyone who's tuned in right now. Huge shout out to everyone for being part of this community. The community is awesome, and we would not have any of this if it was not for the community, man. So thank you guys for showing up, showing out, showing love. In-house army, man. That's exactly what it is. It's an army, man. So join up with the army. Follow them on Instagram. They got a lot of great stuff going on Instagram, and they always post a lot of great things as well. A lot of things that'll open up your eyes, keep you informative, or just maybe have you, giggling and laughing, like my homie Tino. So shout out to Tino, man. Tino's always out here showing love and doing some funny stuff, bro. But I'm seeing some questions coming in. Shout out Slayer 420. He's asking, do you guys plan on doing any collaborations? Now I know that you and I had spoken, Brandon, about like, potentially doing something with an ICANN cut or something like that. But you guys have any plans for any other collabs or anything like that?
So collaborations are, like, on our end especially, are very thought out, because I don't know if you guys have seen how normal collaborations go down, where people will collaborate and then they all of a sudden they're not friends no more and all that. So every
So
time you
true.
see a collaboration on our end, it's well thought out. We know exactly what we're doing, and everybody. And the key is to put the best thing forward. Now, project wise, I know that you and I are talking about a couple of projects. A couple of people around us are collaborating on projects for the masses, absolutely. But as far as like breeder collaborations, that those take a lot of work. There's some stuff that's being bounced around. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on with that, but
Yeah.
also too, it's it's hard to it's hard work, because you're different personalities, that type of stuff. And but yeah, there's some stuff that's rumbling around. Nothing too major just yet, but that could change tomorrow. But one thing that we're looking to focus on is getting more people, growing, not just growing, but getting these platforms, getting this network of folks together, just to make a better, not just a better environment, but a one that's where everybody is not, I wouldn't say inclusive, but in a sense, like, get everybody happy with what they're doing and create as much success in doing it as possible. And the way that you do that is the education and staying on that tip. And also too, you guys, we have to stay vigilant, because there is people, especially in the United States, that do not want you to home grow, and we have to stay vigilant and push back against the people that do not want us to home grow, that
Facts.
want to ban it and all that. Because in a sense, is home growing is the core to all of this, because if you don't like what you're finding in your dispensary or your retail store in your whatever respective state, then you could grow it yourself,
Yeah.
right? And what that does is that sets the bar at a quality level. So that makes the forces these, MSOs and these large companies that want to just shove crap down your throat, you'd be like, well, I'll just grow it myself. But in
Yeah.
reality, it makes a better situation all the way across the board. So keep an eye out. If somebody says, hey, this situation doesn't support a home grow, that means they're going against your best interest. Don't support them with your dollars.
So
It's
true.
really that simple. And stay vigilant. Like, the thing is we have to talk about politics from time to time, and really hammer it
It's true.
home, because if we stay silent, then that's when they get their way, and they have their way with it. And if you stay silent on a subject, you can't complain when it comes down the line and affects you. So ultimately, we need to make a big huge push as a community as a whole, to preserve and protect our rights to home growth. So yeah, this here was a thing where they want to put caps on concentrates. That same group also wants to ban you. They're part of SAM, right? It's simple approach against marijuana or something like that, and they want to create marijuana. They want to create this narrative that cannabis is a mental health issue, when in reality it's not. It's actually does far more good than it ever could harm. So these are the people that, like this guy on the screen with the glasses, we have to keep an eye out for, because the propaganda that they spew is complete bullshit. Excuse my
Yeah.
language, but
It's true.
that yeah, because the thing is they want to there's entities in this country that want to control this plant again, and put everybody and kick everybody back to the dark ages, and we got to prevent that from happening.
Facts, man. I think what you said about home grows is so true, dude. Because a lot of people out here, they just don't think and see the bigger picture. You're scrolling through Instagram, you see something about politics, you just scroll on and you keep on going. But in reality, like that is a big part of what will get you to either grow at home or make you have to buy a flower or make you have to pay these crazy taxes if you're looking to get a license or whatever it is. So be part of the movement, be part of the change from now, man. And that is a big thing because a lot of people don't even know that like places out here, they don't want you to grow anything at home. They want you to literally buy only. You can go to the dispo, you can buy rec, you can buy medical, some places only medical, but they don't want you to grow at home. So they got like real laws against it because they know that once you grow at home, you're probably going to find that your stuff is better than the dispo stuff, and you're going to be buying in-house genetics, growing it at home, and getting a lot more fire than the shit of the dispo, right?
Well, it's also too it goes farther than that. That's where innovation comes from, is from people's garages, tents, all that.
Yeah,
A lot of the problems that plague this plant are solved in somebody's home because it's just a natural progression that they're going to work on and try to solve the problem. So in
yeah,
reality, it makes it better across the board. It's just that, they're pointing to you as you're the enemy when you're in reality that you're not,
yeah.
and that's the thing is if I tell people, if you're not pissed off, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, it's so true, man. And that's the one thing that you got to be passionate about it, man. And I see that passion in you, man. And a lot of people in the chat right now, I see the passion in you guys as well. So smash that like button. We've got over 267 people tuned in, and we have not gotten to 200 likes yet. So something's
I
wrong.
would,
That means a lot. What's
I
going
would,
on?
I would say too, though, is really really support and get behind a couple things, whether you're politically or not, and that's the push and
Yeah,
drive to allow hemp to be grown freely no matter what, right? That hemp is probably one of the ways that we're going to get out of this plastic thing, that plastic
yeah,
consumption that we're in. Hemp is biodegradable. Hemp plastic is truly the future. And also too, very important, we do have the pharmaceutical industries that want to classify this as medicine.
yeah,
So that way the FDA has oversight on it, and then it takes your rights completely away, right? So as an example, you could have a cannabinoid combination that could lower your cholesterol, or they already have it for that stops seizures in its tracks, and they could make it so extraction is a legal process to do, just as making insulin or giving insulin, a life-saving drug, to somebody in need, illegal.
yeah. I got you. And that is so true, man. And once the big pharma comes in, they go and screw everything up for everyone, man. So you guys need to stay woke.
Well, they want to. It'll. So as an example, and I use this as a prime example. So there's Epidiolex, which is an anti-seizure medication, and all it is CBD oil with some sucrose, right? Some sugar, right? A
Yeah.
form of sugar. Not even sugar. It's it's a replacement for sugar. But anyhow, it's $34,500 a year for for the for the medication for a year supply, and that is crazy. You can literally make this
Bro, what?
year supply by growing some plants outdoor and extracting it through either ethanol or even Everclear,
Yeah.
right? Evaporating the alcohol and getting the high concentrated CBD out of that, and having that medication for a year supply for you can get it done for pennies on the dollar, essentially. So but the problem is they don't want you to know that information, because I don't know how to make Vicodin. I don't know how to make any of those pharmaceutical drugs, but I can grow with some of the with the best of them, and I understand the cannabinoid system. And once that information starts getting wider spread and people understanding how much of those cannabinoids actually interact with your body and how good it does for your body, that's going to be a game changer. But they want that silence. They don't want that information out there because it hurts their bottom line. And we are, in talking about taxes, we pay the most for our pharmaceutical drugs, and on top of it, in cannabis, we're the most. It's so taxed. It's like they call it, it's an excise tax, which is or they call it a syntax, right? Why is this a, why is it a syntax? So vast majority, one thing that I have a hard time with when places go wreck, they totally ignore the true actual patient aspect of this, the medical aspect of this. It gets
Yeah.
thrown by the wayside because it becomes a money grab at that point for the states. And only way we can change that is by speaking up. And we people supported us on our way up, and so we feel that it's only right and our duty to, whenever we can speak about it, to talk to people about it, make it aware,
Yeah.
and get that. But like I said before, if you're not pissed off, you're not paying attention. But also too, what happens a lot is nobody really gets active until it affects them directly, right?
Literally.
And when it affects you directly, then you're like, oh, okay. You just don't want it to be too late down the line before you get active on it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, shit hits the fan, and now all of a sudden you're concerned. But before, when you had a chance to make a difference, you weren't concerned at all. You were just like, yeah, whatever. Like it's gonna happen. Somebody else is gonna deal with that shit. But like you gotta be paying attention, man. And that's something I think that using our platforms to just speak about, I think is really important. So props for bringing that up, man.
Think about it this way, and I'll leave you with this: is like a lot of people in this community initially was partaking in cannabis and hemp simply because they were suffering from seizures, right?
Yeah,
Now this isn't now in the most cases, in many cases, it stops seizures in its tracks, or you go months without it. It's not an end all. It's not a cure or anything like that. But
yeah,
anybody that's ever dealt with seizures or has family members or children and all that, it's kind of like you're on eggshells all the time, right? Because you never know. So
never.
if you can get that slight relief, right, that is huge to a lot of people. And I just don't, in my opinion, I don't think you need to be taxed at $35,000 a year to just get that little bit of relief, And the way that we change that is we share that knowledge, and you can look up the ingredients right on their website. It's some it's crazy. It's pure CBD oil, and they're I think they took in $500 million last year on
Wow.
that product. But
Yeah,
also they want to tell you how bad the cannabinoids are in another breath, but also spend millions over in Israel to research it. So yeah, it's we could go down the rabbit hole forever on this, but just like we all have to, as a community, start paying attention and start looking out for each other. And that's really the key part.
yeah.
Is this
Facts.
community, only way that this community gets divided is when it's a vanity thing where somebody doesn't get along with somebody, or other than that, right? But don't forget, we're all here because of one plant. No joke, right? The cannabis
Facts.
plant, right? That's why we're all here. That's why we do what we do, and continue to fight for this plant, because this plant single-handedly probably could even go far as create world peace. That's no joke.
I agree. I think so. Like honestly, I feel that way as well, man. So shout out to you on that, man, and like just big ups because I feel that passion. And I think it's something that's super important, man. But before we actually go, because I'm mindful of your time and everyone else's, man. I got a couple other things I just wanted to touch on, and some questions actually came in. So shout out Mr. Pheno Hunter. He's just asking if you can give him a quick, info on growing the jelly breath because he's got that jelly breath, and what can he expect from it?
So that one's from what, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
We
that's
did
an
a lot.
old one.
We have the what we call is the North Cascade cut, and we've had, obviously, and we've bred with it. We've had great results with it. So is he having, what is he having issues? Because it's a plant that's really not only forgiving, but like the veg is awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
sweet.
Sometimes you want to let it go a few extra days, so get into that 68, 70 day
Yeah.
range, and it's check the trichomes every day, and that way you're harvesting it at a perfect time.
I got you, man. I think you just wanted some info, man, because the last strain we asked about, you gave such a great description of it and what you can expect. So I think that that's going to help him a lot, man. And shout out to Voiceless Pilot as well. In-house genetics is the future, man. I agree, man, and I fully agree. And I actually seen a question earlier on which sort of aligned with one of my questions, which was, do you guys got any new strains or any older strains that are probably good for someone first starting out? Maybe growing in general, but also first starting out, first time growing in-house genetics? What would be a good couple strains that maybe they should shoot to try for?
So that if they well, there's probably if you it would probably give you a big huge ego, but the black cherry punch, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I've
right
got
out the
that, but I
gate.
haven't run it yet, so I'm
Oh,
looking
okay.
forward to it.
Yeah, there's like the Dual OG,
Yeah.
which is awesome. These are all really great for giving strains. Let's see, you're probably going to get into like the nitrous, right?
Okay.
Yeah, those are This is just a couple of examples because the veg it veges out amazingly, and any grower knows you got to have the most healthiest veg before you flip. So
Facts.
and you'll get those big hand size leaves in there, and right as you're getting ready to flip, then that sets you up for success.
Yeah.
There is a few out there that are temperamental, but if you once you get through your hunt and you got it dialed in, those are the ones that just the plant that just keeps on giving, where you just have it. And then also the vast majority, we always revert back to it, is the platinum, right? So platinum does have that lineage of that University of Washington hash plant, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not only for giving, but the trichome build that you're going to get, and that it's a really cool to watch that grow, because you're just like, wow, it's nice getting the trichomes on the leaves, on the stalks, everywhere. And it sucks to trim because
Yeah.
you're constantly
Mhm.
cleaning your scissors, but at the same time, all
That's
hard
that
work
good
reaps
problem
big
though.
benefits.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good problem that I don't mind having at all, man. Now, the last thing I just wanted to ask actually is about the last time we spoke. I think this was maybe a year ago, actually. We spoke about autos, and you guys did not have any plans to do any auto flowers. It just wasn't a good fit for in-house. Are you guys still on that same wavelength, or have things changed? Maybe you guys are working on some autos behind the scenes or stuff like that, or you guys are still just fully focused on the mission right now?
Yeah, no. So, like I mentioned before, last year is in-house. There's a 99% chance we will never do autos. Now,
Sure.
not to say that the strains won't end up in auto flowers. Now we have really couple of good friends out there then that do autos and do autos really really well. So that's where we're like, okay. So yeah, there's some in-house plants that's from us that's in some of these auto breeders spots right now. So something comes out of it, you guys will be the first ones to know. But
Sweet.
it's just more just checking it out and seeing what comes up. But yeah, no, we like what we do. Really enjoy what we do. We need to also continue growing and expanding and getting like somebody mentioned in the comment, in-house is part of the future, right? So we're part of the story, but you guys, everybody that's in the community is the future, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go off biting off more than you can chew, because that's another thing we were talking about. There's only so much you can do, and since there's only 24 hours in the day, and we find ourselves working and banging out for 12, 14 of them. It's only so much, but yeah, most definitely. A lot of people don't like autoflowers. They talk, and it's like, my opinion behind it is, if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? But I do know a lot of people that grow autoflowers have great success with it and enjoy it and love it. And I also too, I think autoflowers is a great crop to do in the early in the season, for whatever, so filler or whatnot, because the more plants you can get in the ground and over throughout a course of a season means more sequestering of harmful emissions in the air.
Got you, man. Got you. Makes a lot of sense, man. And actually, as you were saying that, your audio just sort of cut off, and people are just saying that in the chat. Your audio just sort of it sounds a little bit different, man. But I think that's probably just a sign. And on that note, for us to probably wrap things up, I know you had about 30 minutes, and we're up on 45. So thank you for the extra 15 minutes, my man. Really do appreciate that. But like just before we close off, man, a lot of people were looking forward to some in-house and stuff like that. So where can they find you guys if they want to, have any questions to ask you guys and stuff like that?
Primarily Instagram.
Okay.
That's really take a shot and throw a DM in there with your question. Really cool part, you guys, and I can't stress this, is just assume we're doing great and having a good day. Just hit me off with your question. Because
Got
if
you.
you hit me off with your question, I can just go boom, I can answer it. And then if you got to follow up and all that, that is the quickest, easiest way because we do get hundreds of messages and we try to get to as many of them as possible. There is actually, we're working on a handful of situations to create a better outreach to reach more people to get a lot more of the questions answered, get more of the content a little bit streamlined, but also the information that people are looking for. And I think what we could do is I'll reach out to you because maybe we'll dedicate a full show, take as much time, whether we do it on live or whether we do it on YouTube or whatnot, and we'll just go through and just kind of answer everybody's questions from top to bottom, and we'll go through and we can explain how our vendors work and showcase some of our vendors so we know like
Yeah.
where people and kind of go over that and whether we do it on our platform, your platform, or whatever, but we can definitely take time and walk people through so that that way because there's nothing if you and also too if you feel that it's not right or have any sort of concerns, be sure to hit us up on our social medias or also too if you're coming from this side of stuff, you can always ask, you can always just ask, right? You know, and get confirmation.
Yeah.
But we have to
Perfect.
actually be better on our end and get this a little bit more widespread so that get people and so that people can get the right information.
Heck yeah, man. And that is what is up, guys. So definitely smash the like for that. Let's see how many likes we can get on this episode, man. But thank you so much to Brandon for coming on, man. And what a great episode. We got a lot of questions answered, and we're always happy to collaborate and kick it with in-house, man. It's always a fun time. And, you know, we had almost 300 people tuned in, man. So, guys, thank you so much. On behalf of everyone who's tuned in, Brandon, thank you. And on behalf of the thousands that I'm sure will watch it afterwards, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate all you guys, man, and thanks for taking the time out in the middle of the day and on the East Coast in the evening to hear us speak, and definitely look forward to seeing you guys out on the road, which I'm super stoked about that. You know, because
Heck yeah.
yeah, because even when we were in California, people coming up, oh, I'm such and such from Instagram, right? And I'm like, oh, yes. But yeah, no joke. It never be lost. You guys are amazing people, and thanks for the love, thanks for the support, and everything that you guys do, and keep taking those pictures and showing that work off.
Facts. Hell yeah. So that's what's up, guys. Keep taking those pictures, keep posting them, keep tagging keep tagging in-house, and let's see that fire. And most importantly, guys, stay high and stay fly. Smash the like, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.